What if I tell you that a loan isn't your burden? You are the one carrying the bank. Every month, you hand over a piece of your freedom without even realizing it. We are sold loans like they are helpful tools, just a few easy EMIs, as they say. But the truth is, once you sign up, you have joined the game that is rigged in favor of the lenders. And most people don't even know the rules. In this video, we will talk about 3 powerful strategies that will help you pay off your loans faster and regain control of your money. But before we jump into how, let's first discuss the why. Why do most people get trapped in the loans in the first place? There are two main reasons. First, expenses exceed income. Let's face it, life gets expensive: rent, bills, groceries, travel, daily expenses. And then there is the itch for instant gratification. The latest iPhone, dream vacation, designer shoes, and all that latest gadget. All made easy with buy now, pay later. It feels harmless until the bill arrives. Here is the personal finance rule number 1. Every expense has to be either backed by your income or a loan. Reason number 2. Credit has become frictionless. Banks have gamified credit. 0% EMI, 10-minute approval, single click pre-approved loans, and the rupees 999 per month EMI on say rupees 1 lakh worth of loan. But what we don't see is the true cost, thousands or maybe lakhs over the lifetime of the loan. Let's look this practically using an EMI calculator. Let's say you take a rupees 1 crore loan at 8.5% interest for 15 years. Your EMI is around 98,500 rupees. The total interest that you would be paying on this rupees 1 crore loan is about 77 lakh 25,000, and the total amount that you will be returning to the bank over the course of these 15 years is rupees 1 crore 77 lakh 25,000. Now you would be thinking that this EMI of rupees 98,500 seems to be too much per month, and the lenders also understand this. So now let's stretch this 15-year tenure to 30 years to reduce this EMI amount. Now let's see, when we have increased this loan tenure to 30 years, what all changes. The monthly EMI comes down to almost 76,900, though the interest rate and principal amount remain the same. What changed is that you have increased the loan tenure from 15 years to 30 year now. By changing this tenure to 30 years, now you will be paying the total interest of rupees 1 crore 76 lakh and 80,000 rupees to the bank, whereas the total amount that you will be returning to the bank is almost 2 crore 77 lakh. Now people would be thinking that let's take a loan for 30 years, our EMI will be less and we will prepay the loan by making more payments than the EMI amount. Here is the trap as well. Even if you plan to prepay, the way amortization works is that most of your early payments goes towards paying off the interest, not the principal amount. Paying early might feel smart. Let's see this with the amortization chart. So this is the amortization chart of rupees 1 crore worth of loan at 8.5% annual interest. You can very well see the way it is working is that in the initial period, the amount we paid towards interest is just 6,364 only, whereas the interest that is charged is almost 70,526. So now you can very well make out that the payment that you are doing of EMI of around 77,000, the majority portion of this EMI is going towards paying off this interest charge, not towards the principal amount. Whereas if you see the later part of the amortization schedule, you will see that the majority portion of the EMI that you are paying is going towards principal, and the amount that is charged towards interest is comparatively less than the earlier periods. But you are still feeding the lender's profit. Well, that's the illusion. Now let's dive into 3 proven strategies to pay off your loans faster and saving some amount in the form of interest. Before we dive into the strategies, always remember this one universal rule: always pay more than the minimum due, even if it is just a little amount, and focus on one loan at a time for best results. So the strategy number 1 is the avalanche method. This strategy states that you pay off the highest interest rate loan first while paying the minimum amount due on others. Once you are finished with paying off this high interest rate loan, then pay off the second highest, then the third highest, then the fourth, and so on. Let us say, for example, you have three loans: a credit card loan, a housing loan, and a car loan. Housing loan generally carries a lower interest rate than the credit card loan and car loan. Then comes the car loan, and the highest is credit card loan. So, if you are following this avalanche method, first pay the credit card loan, then pay the car loan, and then pay the housing loan. Also, to keep in mind the monthly amount that you will be saving in the form of EMIs when your first loan is over, use that amount to pay off the second loan. This saves the most money in the form of interest over time. Second strategy is the snowball method. This strategy says pay off the smallest amount in loan first, irrespective of the interest rate. Let's say you have a housing loan of around 75 lakhs, car loan of 10 lakhs, and credit card loan of 40,000. So as per this strategy, pay off the credit card loan first, then the car loan, and then the housing loan. And the same thing applies here. Once you are done with paying off the credit card loan, the amount that you were paying in the form of EMI for credit card loan, increase that amount in the form of payment towards car loan. And once your both loans are over, then you increase the total amount that you pay towards the housing loan. What this strategy essentially does is gives you a sense of quick win and builds up the momentum. It's great for motivation and consistency. The third strategy is the blizzard method. Basically, this strategy is combination of both avalanche method and the snowball method. This strategy says that first pay off the smallest loan and then switch on to pay off the highest interest rate loan. What this strategy is essentially doing is giving you the best of both the strategies, that is the psychological boost and interest saving. Now here's the bonus point, that always use your windfalls to pay off your loans first. If you've got a year-end bonus, a salary hike, or a freelance gig, always make sure that you use this amount in paying off your loans rather than expensing it. Start with either the highest interest or largest amount, whatever makes the biggest impact. Here is the truth, that the loans aren't just the financial tools, they are the time contracts. Every EMI you pay is time from your future gone. But when you understand the game, you change the game, at least not completely, to some extent in your favor. You don't just pay off your loans faster, but you buy back your freedom. With that said, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.